Today, the panda bear, which is not panda nor a bear. Still, pandas and giant pandas are cousins. Although they're both furry cuties, they're not part of the same animal family. The giant panda belongs to the Ursidae group, and the red panda has its own unique family called Eluridae. And the red panda is the only real panda. The panda bear is a bear, but we think of it as a panda. So not a bear and not a panda, depending on who you ask. The giant panda was also discovered later and is in fact a bear. But because both animals have similar faces and love bamboo, they are both called panda. Like the penguins. The penguins aren't actually penguins. The episode will come in the future. The panda diet is rather dull. If these bears ate at restaurants, the menu would be very boring. Bamboo, bamboo, and surprisingly, more bamboo. The average giant panda eats around 9 to 20 kilograms of bamboo shoots and leaves a day and spends 10 to 16 hours a day eating. And they can do that because bamboo splinters don't hurt pandas. They have a special armor in their windpipe and stomach to protect them. If you start to think about it, pandas sound like farm animals. They are usually rather quiet, but that doesn't mean that they can't speak when they want to. Pandas bleat a bit like sheep and can also squeak, growl, and even bark like a dog. Even though they're filmed like doing nothing all day round, they're not that lazy. They might look like they lounge around all day munching bamboo, but pandas are also excellent climbers. Cubs clamber up trees when they're just 6 months old, and they can also swim, but they don't practice kung fu like in the movies. Still, they can do a really tricky move. They can pee standing upside down. They can build fences or walls like we do, so pandas, to mark the boundary of their territory. They have a cute panda habit. They climb a tree backwards, moving their hind legs up until they are doing a handstand. This lets them pee higher up so that the scent spreads further and that the smelling animal might think they're entering the territory of a bigger panda. Still, if they all do that, they might see between the lines. Unfortunately, pandas are endangered. Although giant pandas have no predators and are adored by humans, they are still not safe from us and the species have been declared vulnerable. Today there are only around 1,800 giant pandas left in the wild. As the human population grows, the panda habitat is destroyed for farming or wood. The red panda is critically endangered, so it's even more at risk of extinction. We should help these adorable bears and pandas by preserving their wild world. If we don't do that, they will only exist in zoos. The Chinese government has recreated vital panda habitats where farming fields have been left to grow back as forest, and there are now 13 panda natural reserves, which is awesome. A panda year is equivalent to about 3 human years in terms of life expectancy. Giant pandas live 18 to 20 years in the wild and 25 to 30 years in captivity. The world's oldest giant panda was Xixing, new star, in Chongqing Zoo at 38 years old and 4 months. The bear lived from 1982 to the year 2000. That's the equivalent of 115 human years. A panda's 6th finger, yes, 6th, not 5th, is like a human thumb. It has the same function as the thumb, but it's actually an unusual wrist bone or opposable paw heel with strong muscles and no movable joints. The thumb allows the panda to grasp food. Wild pandas usually have just one cub, while pandas in captivity are more likely to have twins. In the wild, if the mother panda has 2 cubs, she will only feed the one she thinks is stronger. The other one is left to fend for itself. The reason for this is that a newborn cub is very weak. Cubs start eating bamboo at around 12 months of age, but until then they are completely dependent on the mother. Because of the diet, in the wild, female pandas don't have sufficient protein in their milk or energy to feed the newborn cubs. She must make the hard choice. In order to not lose both babies, she will lose only one. Giant pandas are solitary animals. In the wild, they have their own territory and they do not allow it to be invaded by other pandas. That's because giant pandas feed on bamboo and do not need to hunt cooperatively. Still, they need to eat a lot of bamboo to meet their nutritional needs. If giant pandas lived in groups, there would be conflict over getting enough bamboo, which would negatively affect the survival of all members of the pack. A panda usually needs its own 3 to 8 square kilometers, up to 20 acres of land, not just land but bamboo forest to survive. Each panda 20 acres or 6 to 8 hectares. Still, the bamboo grows strong after a panda has been through it. A panda will poop around 30 kilograms of manure, and a regular panda will poop up to 40 times a day. Pandas' black and white coats are good camouflage. Pandas need to spend most of their time looking for bamboo to eat in their habitats, which are mainly forests and snowy mountains. Their black and white coloring helps them avoid unwanted attention. The white of their coats help pandas hide in the snow, and the black helps them blend into the shadows of the forest. A newborn panda cub will weigh only 100 grams or around 3.5 ounces. They are furless, pink and blind. Their iconic black and white color code grows after about 3 weeks. Also, pandas are usually born in August, so if you want to see cute panda cubs, go to the zoos in China in August. I don't know. Giant pandas do not hibernate because their bamboo-based diet prevents them from storing enough fat to sleep over the winter. Still, there is bamboo over the winter, so there is no need to go hibernate. Pandas are not afraid of the cold, even in temperature as low as -4 degrees Celsius or 25 Fahrenheit. They can still be found walking in groves of bamboo with thick snow. Thanks to conservation efforts to save giant pandas, their population is now over 2,200 members. Their wild population has increased to over 1,800, and the number of captive bred giant pandas has reached 422. Therefore, their threat level has been reduced from endangered to vulnerable. Although pandas eat mostly bamboo and fruit, their teeth are carnivorous, meaning they would be able to chew and consume meat and vegetables. When humans see pandas, we are subconsciously affected by what developmental biologists call neoteny, the retention into adulthood of certain infant characteristics. That cute baby face and toddler-like behavior boost our body's production of oxytocin, a hormone that makes us feel loving and protective. That's why we love pandas that much. Traditionally, eating a bear's gallbladder and bile was said to have medicinal powers. Unfortunately, bear farming, which uses some 10,000 Asiatic black bears to harvest medicinal bile and which generates almost $1 billion a year, is China's most brutal operation, according to Peter Lee, China's policy specialist of Humane Society International. However, Dr. Lee says belief about such animal cruelty is slowly beginning to change with the rise of animal warfare organizations in China. The giant panda is believed to have made its first appearance during the late Pliocene or early Pleistocene, perhaps no more than 2 to 3 million years ago. Panda fossils have been found in present-day Burma, Vietnam, and particularly early in eastern China as far north as Beijing. In the 2nd century AD, the giant panda was a rare and semi-divine animal inside China. In the Han Dynasty Emperor's Garden, in the then capital Xi'an, were held nearly 40 rare animal species, of which the panda was the most highly treasured. The giant panda is also known as the panda bear, bamboo bear, or in Chinese as Dashan Mao, the large bear cat. The scientific name, Ailuropoda melanoleuca, means black and white coat-footed animal. The panda is considered a national treasure by the people of China. When President Richard M. Nixon visited China in February 1972, the government of Mao Zedong announced it would send a pair of the beloved animals to an American zoo. Nixon reciprocated the gift up to a point, sending 2 musk oxen to China. Although pandas are 99% vegetarian, their digestive system is typically of a carnivore. For the 1% of their diet that isn't bamboo, pandas eat eggs, small animals, carrion, and forage in farmland for pumpkin, kidney beans, wheat, and domestic pig food. Sure, panda facts are usually light-hearted and fun, but don't be misled by the cute faces and cuddly-looking fur. These bears could not only crush you with their heavy bodies, they also have very strong teeth and jaw muscles from all that chewing exercises. So if you were to encounter a giant panda in the wild, I don't know, pray, hide, do the usual stuff. Throw yourself on the ground in the fetal position and hope for the best. Running is not an option. The only type of bear you should run from and hide and prey all the time is the polar bear. The polar bear does not care what you do, he will eat you. He has to eat you in order to survive. The black bear will let you alone if you make yourself small and throw yourself on the ground in the fetal position. The black bear will leave you be. To be sure, if you are in the forest, don't bring food with you, don't let it smell, and sing, make noises. It is better for the bear to know where you are and what you are doing than to scare him. He will know that's just another animal that's living in the forest. I have no beef with him. These are the weirdest things about pandas. Tell me in the comment section below if you've ever seen a panda in real life. That's all for today. I'm Alex, and until next time, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and beware of falling apples.